How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massa Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of IPA time in the form of Hop Butcher for the World. It's their Elder Secrets of Ancient Past. Ooh, this is a double IPA with Eldorado and Vic's Secret. Look at that. Fancy label. Yeah, I mean, I like all their labels. This is actually unique, and then I think it's one of the few Hop Butcher labels that I've had that has been like pretty much drawn over the whole can. Usually they kind of keep their kind of art design as like a kind of viewpoint in this front or main section of the beer, and you don't see the whole can as art. So that's kind of cool. Yep, still drawn by Dan Jetsa, and their tasting notes on the back of this is candied orange, grassy pine, and juicy pineapple. Yeah, there you go. Awesome can as usual. Like I dig the kind of change up of doing the whole can art. And honestly, the name, I have no idea what it means. I never look up anything about anything before I go into a review. I view it as a positive. Some people view it as negative. But I read that name, Elder Secrets of Ancient Past. That sounds like Coheed and Cambria's like name of their next album. You know what I mean? That's kind of the names that they throw at shit out there. That crazy, weird, pseudo-science fiction-y stuff. So anyway, we're going to drink it. Hop Butcher, they sent these. They send me pretty much every beer I've ever had from them, except for the beginning, which is how I got introduced to them. And they're super good dudes. Jeremiah and Jude. I interviewed them for my podcast. They just pique my interest when it comes to how they fuck with hops. But lately they've been on this kind of super hazy, juicy kick, and this one looks more the part of that. You get a half a pinky finger, super tight compact bubble, just off white, on top of your just classic hazy New England style IPA, just a nice OJ looking from concentrate core to it with that little bit of cataracty edges on it. Definitely looks like a hazy New England style hazy. So they've been making these more often than not. A lot of the stuff I've had from them has been outside of the hazy realm. And that's fine. I love me some hazy beers, but I liked it when they fucked with weird shit. Not that they don't do that anymore. One of the weirdest beers they had was their Traveling Scientist. They had that a month and a half, 2 months ago now. That was fucking bonkers. So anyway, let's give this a nose. Yeah, I mean, soft green on the edges, a big, huge, juicy orange juice, leaning fruitiness to hops, a nice sweetness to it. That green hop pelletiness on the edge is a little bit hot, a little bit biting, like it tastes like it, or smells like it's going to come off as like a little bit of hot burning in a kind of a good way. I kind of dig that every now and then. Yeah, she smells like a big, huge, she smells a little Julius-like with a different kind of green component to it. So she definitely has those OJ vibes going for her. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, that be explosive. That beer is like cranked to 11. Those OJ vibes are there as much in the nose as they are there in the taste. It's a rich, pulp-driven, just rich, sweet, while at the same time having a bittering kind of pithiness to it, kind of OJ. It just gives you that not from concentrate kind of vibe to it. But there's this really aggressive, similar to that hop distillate. I talked about this in one of the previous beers that I had from them. This kind of really oily, danky, extra aggressive, kind of sticky, oily. Like I keep going with the word oily. It's not a mouthfeel thing. It's like when you have when you get truffle oil as opposed to real truffles, there's that huge, like, burst of that truffle essence. As Augie Carton would put it, that sweaty sex-like fucking essence, and it just comes through crazy in truffle oil. But there's this kind of, since it's kind of a tincture, like a derived, a stripped from the truffle in an oil, it has this kind of, I don't know, greasy Italian vibe to it. That's the way the hops kind of come off in this. Since I had that hop distillate, the Traveling Scientist, which I kind of talked to before opening this beer, that had this really oily, ranky kind of like hop, extract kind of thing going on. This has a similar kind of vibe to it. Big, huge, sticky, greasy Italian on one end. O.J. Simpson on the other in a non-murderous, delicious way. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. Listen, I poured it, and in the initial sip, I'm like, another kind of hazy. And while this is definitely in the hazy realm, not just in looks, but in taste, especially the New England style hazy, it does have a uniqueness to it. And that's where my heart lies when it comes to Hop Butcher. It's not so much that I want them making different beers than everybody else. Listen, it's beer. It's all been done. It's more I want them to make their beers. And I feel like a couple of the ones I've had over the past few months have been a little bit more kind of in tune with what a lot of other people have been making out there. This one, it's in the book. If you're going to write a book about hazies, it's going to go in the hazy book. But it's going to get its own chapter about the things that it does. It's not going to toe the line. It's not being what everybody else is making. I dig that shit. You know what I mean? You can make me a steak. Make it 9 different ways. Just don't make it like everybody else. You know what I mean? And you can say that with any application, whether it be art and beer and food and all kinds of other things. So while this is definitely born of the soul of the Julius kind of beer of the world, it definitely has the Hop Butcher stamp on it. I dig it. I think it's absolutely fucking tasty. I don't think I read the ABV. It drinks a little bit hot, so I'm guessing this is... I know they usually only make like 7.5%, but this actually drinks bigger. 7.5%. It drinks a little bit bigger. Maybe it's that pop, that greasy Italian distillate hop thing. Sorry, Italians. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I probably have Italian in me somewhere, so don't get too offended. Maybe it's kind of making me think the beer's a little bit more aggressive in the ABV realm, but yeah, I dig it. This is really good beer. Really good, interesting, hazy beer. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, well, Hop Butcher did. So, yeah. I feel like this is one of the ones... Not that I haven't had good ones from them, but spacing... No, there was another one I really dug. I forget which one it was. But that traveling scientist sticks in mind. So, yeah. Just when they pushed me out or put whatever, they pull me back in. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Sopranos. Go watch it. More Italian references. Anyway, let's cut this short. It's already way too long. Is it one of the better hazies that I've had? Is like, yeah. Might not be number one, but it's worthy of being not just in the conversation, but up towards the top. Just the way it kind of gives you all that good bits and pieces of the hazy world while delivering that unique hop presence, which is what they're known for. I'm a fan. Value and availability. I don't know. Maybe people out there, Chi-Town, can let me know. I mean, they're found on shelves. Actually, you know what? Rewind that shit. I do know. Their pricing is usually really, really proper. They're usually, $16, give or take. A couple bucks, which is market value, but for what you're getting, you're not waiting in line. You're getting it off a shelf because they don't do line shit. They just kind of distribute locally and around the Chi-Town area. That's fucking cool. Value and availability. I just said that. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. Man, butchered that into this. How about that shit? Must be that crazy 10%, not 10% beer. If you like Hop Butcher beers, if you like the hazy New England stuff, but you want something aggressive on the hop end that isn't just dank greenness. Sure, I use the word dank quite a bit, but it has something else to it. So if you want this really kind of dirty, filthy, Italian, greasy hoppiness, yeah. That's in the BJC guidelines, by the way, so you can go look that up. It's just not me making shit up. Anyway, if you want those kind of things in a beer, give this a whirl, because it's fun. It's tasty. I like it, and yeah, I said so. So there you go. Another review of the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little hazy right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers.